This session will look at scheduling students into MyEducation BC. We are working with training data today, so this data is jumbled up, so you don't have to worry about any student information getting out. There are different scenarios in which we schedule students into courses. One is a student that enters partway through the year. We need to give the student some courses. We'll show you that first, and then we'll show you how to bulk add students into specific courses. So the first way we're going to look at is how to put one student into several courses. So we'll use Scott here as our example. So I clicked on him first. This will bring us to the demographics screen. And then I want to click on Schedule and then Workspace. On this screen we have a couple options. We can use the matrix view, which is the view that you see now, or the list view, which is just a list of the different courses. It's all personal preference, so depending on how you want to schedule your students, you can choose the one that works for you. I'll show you both today really quickly. To add a course from the screen, there's two ways we can do it. We can click on Select, and it's filtered down by all the scheduled courses in your school. It's always best practice to allow conflicts and allow overmax. This will override any scheduling conflicts and any if you've set up the limit on how many students can be in a course. Now there may be times where you might want to leave this unchecked, but for our purposes, because we're using testing data, we are going to allow MyEd to create conflicts and anything over max. And this will give us the least amount of conflicts here. So I'll choose Art Foundations 12, click OK, and then that will populate into the periods in which this course appears. Another way we can do it is click Select on the left hand side here and then choose the course. I already have one up here, so I'll show you how we schedule that. When I hover over the course, you'll see that in the matrix view the periods will highlight a specific color. All you need to do is just drag them in, and now they will appear in the blocks that they are scheduled in. Once you're satisfied with your changes, you need to click Post. If you don't click Post, it actually doesn't change anything here. So you can play with the student schedule in this build view and see how that works out, and then click Post. If you don't like your changes, you click Revert, and that will revert back to how it was before. So we will post these for the student, and there we go. The student is now entered into courses. To remove students from the course, we just click on these X's and they will remove the student. And again, we need to post, and now my changes are effective. Okay, so the student has been removed from those courses. In the list view, it's almost the same. We click on Select and choose the courses that I want. Click OK. There are my courses. Click Post, and we're all set. Now we're going to look at how to enter students into, or a bunch of students into a bunch of courses. The best way to do this is to create a snapshot of each grade. This works well if all of your grade 8s will be attending a set batch of grade 8 courses, which is often the case. So the first thing I'll need to do is filter for all of my grade 8 students. So I click on the filter button. I choose filter by grade level. Choose the grade. You'll probably want to create one snapshot for each grade. So here are my grade 8 students. Now keep in mind, when you create this snapshot, any student that comes or that attends your school after the snapshot has been created will not appear in this snapshot. Or any snapshots created prior to that date, because a snapshot is a picture of this screen essentially. Okay, so say 3 weeks from now a new student comes in grade 8, they will not be in this snapshot. So let's take a copy of this. We click Options, Snapshots, New. I'm going to create a new one. And this one we'll call Grade 8. You can choose to save as a filter, but there's already a grade filter, so we won't create a filter for today. You can move it to the top of your list if this snapshot is one that you use the most often, which probably doesn't apply to this. And the records to include is the current list, so all of these students here. Click Save, and now I have a Grade 8 snapshot. So to schedule these students, I click on Schedule. I go to my sections. So again, let's use Art Foundations 12, or maybe a better example, English 8. I click on the course itself, click on Roster, and then Options, Add. So the schedule mode, we don't have to worry for this specific example. You can choose Selection if you have not created a snapshot. So Selection is basically you come in here and you click on a bunch of students and click OK. This is fine. A little bit inefficient for the beginning of the year, but you can use it. You can go this way as well. For this example, we'll choose Snapshot. So I clicked on the Snapshot button here, and then I'll choose my grade 8s. Click OK, and then OK one more time. So 6 students, and there we go. We have in my English 8 class all of my grade 8 students. Another way to put in students is we can pull students from this course into another grade 8 course. So let's say all of my English 8 students also take French 8. So I click on French 8, click on Roster, Options, Add. Again, we'll use the pull method. We're going to choose another section. And we'll choose our grade 8 course. Again, 6 students. If we chose Push, it would take all of my students from English 8 and put them into French 8 and dropping the English 8 course. So we don't want to use Push, we use Pull. Click OK. And then now all of my students from my English 8 course are also in my French 8 course. I prefer to use snapshots, but this is another way that you could do it. The last way to schedule students is using the push method. This way will not remove the students. So we'll use our Art Foundations 12 class. Again, click on Roster. You'll see that my previous student is still in here, which is fine. Options, Add. And this time we'll use Push. And what we can do is we can, let's back that up a little bit because that's wrong. We'll choose our English 8 course, roster. We're going to push these students into other courses, okay? And they will still stay in the English Language Arts 8 course. So Options, Add, Push, Remove from current section, up to you. For this example, we're not using that. And we are going to add to the following sections. So we can select a bunch of courses to push these students into. So click Select, and then we can choose Art and Math. Click OK. Now those courses will appear here. And OK one more time. And now when we look at our courses, we should have it here. And unfortunately in the training environment, this is not working, but it's intended to work that way. So hopefully that works for you, but I do like just to kind of go back and look at some of the ways that we can add students. I like the snapshots method. So I'm in my course, roster, options, add, snapshots, choose your grade, and click OK. I think for me this is the best way of doing it. You can also add individual students, so options, add, selection, and then pick a bunch of students like so. And that pretty much covers it for scheduling. If you have any questions, please submit us a help desk ticket, and thanks for watching our videos.